Hey everybody, so here's a book report on Cinefex, issue number 2. I've covered Cinefex before, but this is a very special issue along with issue number 1. And they don't cover all of the Empire in this one. They actually extend it into issue 3, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to pick that up at some point. If you see these on eBay, mint condition will go for $100 easy, probably even $150 in some cases, just because it's Empire Strikes Back, which is unfortunate. But if you go to Cinefex.com, you can buy the Xerox copy of the article, at least, for I think it's $15 or so, which is definitely significant considering the cover price is $3.50 and nowadays they go for about $13, I think. This magazine has been around for 30 years now, and it's covered everything about movies and models further you go back. Here's a really good shot of the Super Star Destroyer with all its neon tube lighting. I can't tell if they put fiber optics in all the window ports, but having huge banks of lights inside rather than individual LEDs was definitely interesting to see. There's everybody geared up in masks and goggles because of all the stuff, the pollutants going on while they're building it. Looks like the SSD there. And then that's just a really great shot. Obviously it's the Falcon hanging off the side of it, even though the Falcon isn't there yet. But that thing is 8 feet across, which is just a staggering size, really. Get a shot of here of Phil Tippett, I think that's him, doing the Tauntaun. Greg Ginn there on the right, working on, looks like a regular Star Destroyer. The Falcon, of course, and the Snow Speeders, and there's the 8-foot Star Destroyer. They didn't use the one from Star Wars, they made an entirely new one. I think the Star Wars one was like 3 or 4 feet. And this is just a staggering photo here. All the walkers they made like 4 or 5 of them at 18 inches tall. They made a few smaller, and then they had this 4-footer. And there's also a close-up of the foot for when it crushes Luke's snowspeeder. And they did this in one take. They rigged it to fall at super slow motion, with the camera shooting at like 120 frames a second or 90, somewhere up there. And this is I don't think it'll show up on the video here, but this is the one that gets tangled up in the feet rather than the one that gets just blown up, or well, I forget now what was going on in the movie, but just seeing those guys there is really, really great. And here's another shot of the 4-footer as well. They shot this at high speed as well. I think this was 90 frames a second, somewhere in there, to get the explosion looking big. And a close-up of the foot, obviously. That's also a really good size. Coming over here to the Space Worm. When that comes out of the hole chasing the Falcon, that was just like basically a puppet that they shot at slow speed. I can't quite tell what's going on in that photo. Ah, that's when the Falcon is going in there chased by the TIE fighters in the canyon trench. And then of course here's some of the asteroid body as well. Really good TIE fighter. They built a bunch of new ones for that. It's looking a little bigger than 1/24th, but I can't really tell. Going down here to the Cloud Car, which they don't quite give a shot on that, and I was surprised here to see that Slave 1 was a matte painting. I really had no idea. Great shot of the Star Destroyer there. Of course, obviously, Besman is going to be a matte painting, but see, actually, I think that's Ralph McQuarrie there working on it. And this technique is you just leave a big black hole in the middle, and then you put your actual film behind that, and all of a sudden you get a seamless photograph. Then it goes into another article on Greg Ginn. So unfortunately, I got to pick up issue 3 at some point. It's really expensive. And hopefully I'll be able to do that, because in the next one they talk about a lot more of the animation, and like the walkers, they go into that a lot more, and they go into the Tauntaun as well. And there's talks with a whole bunch of the big guys working on it back then. So that's pretty much it for this one. if you ever have the chance, if you got 15 bucks and you go to Cinefex, you can get, like I said, the Xerox of the article. The other one they covered in this was just an interview with Greg Ginn, I think. Oh, and they did some Star Trek as well at the end, which is a carryover from issue 1. So maybe someday I'll be able to get issue number 3 and continue this talk with you. Otherwise, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. See ya.